but you're not. Cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to the ones here today. Toast to the ones that we lost on the way. Cause the drinks bring back all the memories. And the memories bring back your. There's a time that I remember when I did not know no pain. When I believed in forever and everything would stay the same. Now my heart feel like December when somebody say your name. Cause I can't reach out to call you, but I know I will one day. Yeah. Everybody hurts sometimes, everybody hurts someday. Yeah, yeah. But everything gon' be alright. Gonna raise a glass and say, hey. Here's to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here, but you're not. Cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to the ones here today. Toast to the ones that we lost on the way. Cause the drinks bring back all the memories. And the memories bring back your. Memories bring back your. There's a time that I remember when I never felt so lost. And I felt all of the hatred was too powerful to stop. Now my heart feel like an ember and it's lighting up the dark. I'll carry these torches for you, and you know I'll never drop. Yeah. Everybody hurts sometimes, everybody hurts someday. Yeah, yeah. But everything gon' be alright. Gonna raise a glass and say, hey. Here's to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here, but you're not. Cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to the ones here today. Toast to the ones that we lost on the way. Cause the drinks bring back all the memories. And the memories bring back your. Memories bring back your. Memories bring back your. Memories bring back your.
All right, so it's now some 14 minutes to hit 8 o'clock. This is Love in the Morning. It's on Love 99.5 FM, and our main conversation is just about to begin. Now, I know some of you have sent messages, and you have raised concerns about, the fact that we have only 2 dialysis machines at the Confanochi Teaching Hospital, and that is quite disturbing. So, we'll see what we can do about it. But, things are gradually taking shape, for the 2 main political parties, and here we're making reference of the NPP and the NDC as they prepare for the 2024 general elections. Now, both parties, as we are very much aware, have chosen their flag bearers. The NPP settled on Dr. Bawumia over the weekend. That was on Saturday. And then John Dramani Mahama is the main man for the NDC going into the 2024 elections. Now, with this out of the way, soon, they would have to choose their running mates, which, of course, sometimes is tough for many people because the choice sometimes comes with a lot of stress. So, as we are very much aware, the 2024 elections is crucial for both parties. Now, the NPP would want to break the 8. The NDC definitely want to also come back to power. So these gentlemen, would have to be strategic when it comes to the choice of a running mate. So this morning, we want to find out what are the qualities of a running mate. What should the parties be looking for? What should these individuals be looking for as they go hunting and fetching for a running mate? But again, as you listen to us, you're a Ghanaian yourself. We'd like to hear from you. What do you think, the qualities they are looking for should be? Is it somebody who is well educated? Is it somebody who is from, let's say, a particular region? Has it got to do with gender or religion? That's a conversation for this morning. And to help us with the conversation, I have with me Dr. Dramani Aminu. He is a senior lecturer with the History and Political Science Department, KNUST. Doc, good morning to you, and thanks very much for your time.
Good morning, David. How are you?
Well, I'm well. And good to have you join us in the studios of Love 99.5 for this very conversation. And listeners, you can share your thoughts with us. Our WhatsApp number is 055-1111-995. I take it again. It's 055-1111-995. As I speak currently, we are live on Facebook on LUV 99.5 as well. So, Doc, let me start off the conversation. Listen, I mean, we all know that the presidential primary is over for the NPP as well as the NDC. And they'll be looking for the choice of a running mate. How key will you say the choice of a running mate is?
Thank you, David, and good morning to your dear listeners. Like you rightly said, now as I can say, Ejene Nyabedu, he has already landed. So the way forward is what we're talking about now. Running mate is very important in our electoral politics. Political parties, as you're already aware, are always very much concerned about who the running mate is. This is so because electoral politics is a game of numbers, and every single individual's thumb matters if any political party wants success or electoral success. And therefore, the issue of running mate is a critical one. And you just don't go ahead to just, select or call on anybody at all to become running mate. It should be an issue that should focus on who can do what to contribute what to the success of the party come 2024.
But even listening carefully to what Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia said some time ago, that you may have the best running mate, but if the president is indecisive or incompetent, the best running mate will not play any significant role. How do you tie that into what you just said?
Yeah, in a way he's right, because it's just like, let's look at it from the angle of, let's say, a secondary school, the headmaster and the assistant headmaster. The assistant headmaster has a specific role to play. The headmaster also has his role to play. There are some roles that if the headmaster is not around, the assistant headmaster cannot play such roles. That is exactly how it is with them. So if you don't have a president who is as vibrant as the running mate, then you may have a vibrant running mate, but his vibrancy or her vibrancy may not be that useful to the party, because at the end of the day, it is the president that comes first. That's why we call him the first gentleman.
So in all this, I mean, the decision of the choice of a running mate, does this lie solely in the flag bearer, or is a decision that has to be taken by the leadership of the party? How does it pan out?
In fact, for it to be very useful or meaningful to any political party, it should not be an issue of the flag bearer. It should be a party issue.
It's not the decision of the flag bearer.
It shouldn't be necessarily the decision of the
flag bearer. He's the person who will be working alongside this
But
person.
Don't forget that it is the party that is sending him to power. It is the party. And therefore, from the perspective of the party, what is it that we can do that can best help the party send you to where we want you to get to? So if he says that I'm the flag bearer and therefore I'm going to do it alone, you can't.
So let's do this. I'm the flag bearer. I'll be working with the person as a vice if we are fortunate enough to be elected into power. How much say do I have? And if I'm not comfortable with a choice from the party, what then happens?
That is why it must be a dialogue. It must be a party dialogue. The party hierarchy must dialogue with the flag bearer. Flag bearer, until he's elected or even after election, is still a party member. And therefore, you can't say that because you are the flag bearer, you should have, let's say, 60%. Right? It should be a thorough discussions among you, the party leaders,
you make it sound
to decide.
You make it sound that is stressful, isn't it?
Of course it is. For instance, for MPP now, it's going to be a tough exercise.
Why so?
For them to do that.
Why so?
Because if they are, like you mentioned, there is the need for them to look at who can best pair. The stress here is on best. Because if you don't do that, and then for the purposes of victory against the opposition. Things may appear to be calm, but the post-election, should they win, for instance, some of these differences they may pretend to have been resolved may come up, and that could work against the party.
So we can make an example of Haji Ali, Mahama, for example, because it was reported that somewhere in 2008, the party wanted her, but Nana went for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. So that's an instance there. The party may want a particular person, but the individual who is a flag bearer can also want somebody else. Can that be the situation where then the person can say, the flag bearer can say, listen, this is the party, you guys are making suggestions, but I'm looking at the person I can really work with, and so I'm going for this person. I'm looking at somebody who can help the economy and the situation, so I'm going for this person. Can that flag bearer make that decision, like it was done allegedly in 2008?
Of course, I'm not denying him that. But you see, what I'm saying is that, yes, they are talking about this person. You feel that for some reasons, that person may not be as suitable for you as the other person. How do you communicate that to the party? How do you convince them? On what basis are you saying you will be more comfortable with this than the other?
Okay.
It is all about dialogue. So if you are able to convince them, surely maybe what they didn't know about this person, now you've made them aware of it.
Let's look at the current situation we have on hand. Now, both flag bearers for the NPP and the NDC are from the north. Both of them are from the north. Now, what would you say should be some of the considerations going into the choice of a running mate for either the NPP or the NDC, knowing that they are both from the north?
Yes. For both parties, none of the parties can now turn to the north, any of the northern regions.
They can't go there anymore.
They can't go there.
Why not?
In our politics, regional balance is critical. You may agree or disagree, but it's a fact. Let any of these two major political parties turn to the north, you will see the consequences. Other regions are going to feel rejected. For instance, let MPP choose from the north. In fact, not even choose. Let the flag bearer pronounce or make any pronouncement of the desire to choose from the north. David, you will hear it a lot. One, the Asantis, for example, the Asante region, for example, which is the World Bank of the party, is going to feel heavily disappointed or heavily rejected or betrayed, I should use that word. And therefore, you can see clearly that Bawumia cannot turn to any of the northern regions. NDC cannot do same. Because if it does it, some regions, including the Volta region, which is its World Bank, may also begin to complain. And it's good. That's why I said it's going to be a tough one.
But is that to suggest, based on what you just said, is that to suggest that, for example, they are both from the north, so they should be considering people from, let's say, for the MPP, somebody from the Ashanti region, for the NDC, somebody from the Volta region? Is that what you're saying?
Not necessarily Ashanti and Volta, but the point is that for north is out.
Okay.
For the north, that's my point.
Because they are coming from there.
They are coming from there.
Now, how about gender? How about religion? How about educational background? Do they all come to play, and how much weight do they put on these things? Yes.
Gender, education, of course, education should be very important. For that one, we can't downplay it. And I'm talking of formal education in the real sense of it. For gender, yes, but then you see that it doesn't play that significant role in our electoral politics. Ethnicity, yes, that may carry some weight. Here, if you want to say that because he is Asante and therefore must be picked, because he is Ewe and therefore must be picked, that may not necessarily augur well for the political parties. Look at who can best pair the flag bearer. Who can best pair the flag bearer, in the sense that this person will be able to compensate for even both complement both the strengths and weaknesses of the flag bearer. This is what you should be critical, not necessarily the gender of the running mate. So look at who is it that can best pair with the flag bearer.
But is that to also suggest that, because I know of situations where people have played that gender card. I mean, so if you have a female, for example, partnering a male, the female may appeal to the female gender. I mean, female genders, and then might give them some kind of votes. You're saying that it doesn't wash?
No. I'm not saying it's zero, but it's not that significant.
Okay.
It's not that significant. If you look at our electoral political atmosphere, we have a group that are always clinged to political parties, and then we have those that remain undecided until that day. So for this group is what we are looking at,
okay.
And you can see that to them gender may play very insignificant role.
Okay.
They will look at what do you have to offer, what are your competencies. Okay, these are the key issues they may want to look at.
So the 2024 elections is crucial to both parties. I mean, MPP wants to break the 8, NDC would want to come back to power. What do you think for the MPP they should be considering? What should they be looking at for?
A number of factors, David. One is the issue of running mates. Very critical to the MPP. They should look at the issue of the running mate. And then they must also look at what I want to call service. They are the incumbent. MPP is the incumbent. And if you look at if you listen to the media, radio especially, a lot of complaints. From now till the day of elections, what can MPP do to redeem some of these images, especially in areas that they know are of their traditional strongholds? Yes, it should be national or nationwide. There are some areas that are very critical to them. Even if you look at these elections they just had, if you look at their fortunes in some of the regions, you could see that they are really strong there, and therefore need to. And there is one other thing they must do. That is, they must be able to come back together.
Okay, so unity, and that has been talked about widely. So I'm sure they themselves are aware. But when it comes to the MPP, for example, I've heard some names. Names like Napo, Chemesa Bonsu. Looking at their pedigree in MPP, do you think they are suitable for the position, and they are people that the party should consider and Bawumia should consider? And there are other school of thought who said that running to this weekend's elections, people said no Kennedy, no vote. So these people who contested, for the flag bearership over the weekend, should they also be considered? I mean, what are the options? What do you think?
Yeah, all of them are party members and all of them qualify. But if we want to do elimination by rough tactics,
let it not be by rough tactics. Okay. Let's do some elimination. Let's see.
Okay, let's do some elimination.
First of all, if you don't mind, if you can give us qualities that they have and what they are bringing to the table that would help the parties, then let our listeners also decipher for themselves.
Okay. I've already mentioned the issue of best pair.
Yeah.
Another factor they have to look at is how popular is this person to the electorate. All right. And popularity may cover widely to include how acceptable, easily acceptable is this person going to be to the electorate. Okay, so they have to look at these issues, and then they have to also ensure that this person they are bringing on board has no dots on him.
So let me be direct here. For example, Kennedy Japan did very well over the weekend. He did very well over the weekend. He had good numbers. He appeals to people out there.
Yeah.
Chemesa Bonsu has been in Parliament for a long time, has a very good track record in Parliament. I mean, when there's deliberations going on the floor, we know what he does. Napo, has done very well for himself as well. So looking at these three, for example, who will be your pick and why?
That's why, you see, when I added rough, it was in quote unquote. You could see that from the weekend's election. Ken has a lot of support, and it is likely to think that Ken should be the best pair with Bawumia. But to me, MPP should not think along those lines. The two cannot pair. For the purposes of the coming elections, they may appear to be able to cope with each other, and then conquer the enemy, quote unquote. But you see the huge gap, differences between the two after they win power. That is, if they are able to win power.
Okay.
So to me, Ken is off.
Okay.
James Abonsu and Napo. Both of them are fine gentlemen. But I will go for James Abonsu based on his experience. But then the dent on him or the problem he may face we may include those challenges he had with his constituents. And if he's not careful, they may not accept him as for the position of the running mate. But then the two of them are fine gentlemen that the party could consider for.
Aside these two, are there any other names that you've heard outside that you're also personally thinking about that you think can help the party if the person should be chosen as a running mate? Any other name?
A friend mentioned the Ejisu MP. What's his name?
John Kumba. Dr. John Kumba.
Yes. That and when I looked at it, looking at the role he's playing in the party, particularly if you look at the constituency, yes, he may have his challenges there. It wouldn't be surprised if his name is also mentioned or is brought up.
This is the first time I'm hearing this.
Yeah.
For one of time, let's quickly move on to the NDC. Now we know that John Dramani Mahama is the flag bearer. His picture is going to be, on the ballot sheet come the 7th of December 2024. When it comes to the NDC, I mean, first of all, you begin by telling us what the officers should be looking out for, especially as they would want to, clinch power. What are the dynamics for them? But again, when it comes to the NDC, names like where did I place that one? All right, so names like Nana Opoku-Agyeman from the Central Region, she partnered JM in the 2020 elections, and then another Julius Debra, former chief of staff, and then this one, and Julius Debra is from the Eastern Region, and then from the Ashanti Region. I saw this name last night. Kwame Iwadako is also in there.
David, before I come here, I don't know why you and I, none of us, talk about. Anyway, he said he has left the party, so I don't. So because he has left the party, so we shouldn't go there.
Well, again, I read something. Sorry, again, I read something last night where somebody was saying that he doesn't think it's too late. He still thinks that they can speak to Alan Kojo Chamantin to come back to the party and be given that running mate slot. I don't know whether he would want to go back though. But like you said, let's put that one aside because
if he comes back, I'll be very much disappointed in him.
All right, I hear you. Yeah. So let's look at the NDC. What are the options? And would you say that Nana Opoku-Agyeman, who's partnered JM before, should be given the consideration? Julius Debra, former chief of staff, and then of course Kwame Iwadako. What do you make of these names?
David, like I did say about MPP, NDC can also not go back to the north for the same reasons. And I've also said that always before you choose a running mate, think of who best pairs. From the three, if you ask me to choose, I will advise NDC to maintain Nana.
Why?
When she paired GM, I think she did very well. And yes, the party could not win power. To me, her performance wasn't bad at all. And therefore, and then considering the fact that she's from the Central, I think that will balance the North-South divide. And that will make her a good pair for John Dramani Mahama. And like you mentioned a while ago, the gender bit may also play to her advantage if she's able to exploit it well for the.
But again,
NDC.
You said earlier when I mentioned gender, I said
it will play very minimal role. That's why I'm saying that.
But this time around, they look for a major role, not minimal. They look for a major contribution.
Yes, that's why I'm saying that if she exploits it very well, it could contribute.
What should she be doing differently then? If she's going to be considered, what should she be doing differently that could show up the numbers?
You see, it shouldn't be her as individual. It should be a party strategy that they have to sit and then design. I was going to say that NDC as a party in opposition must must sit and really plan how it's going to run this campaign towards the 2024 elections. Now, if you look at what happened or what we heard after that elections, the kind of thing that went on, it will be advisable for the party to sit as a group and then design strategies that would help the party to really do effective campaign, because it's not easy campaigning against incumbents. And considering the stakes at hand now, very, very high stakes in these coming elections, and therefore if you want to stick to the old strategies, you have to look at what your opponents are bringing along. What is it that you can also raise? What is it that you can also do? How will you organize yourself to make you more appealing to the electorate than you were before? But if you want to continue the old issue of we built KJTR and so on and so forth, people have heard it, so it may not necessarily help you
now,
sit and develop new
looking
strategy.
at the Ashanti region and its influence on elections in Ghana. You know, the Ashanti region alone can cancel about 6 to 9 regions when it comes to elections. How about picking somebody from the Ashanti region, where the Ashantis or Asantis can say, well, this is somebody from our region, and I mentioned Kwame Wadako, for example. So they can relate, and if used well, can help the NDC make some inroads in the Ashanti region. Not forgetting that there are some bit of cracks in the NPP. I mean, Alan Kojo Shamante has already, resigned from the party and all that. Won't somebody from this region help the cause of the NDC?
Yes, David. That would be a very good idea if they are able to do it well. This candidate, this individual, how well positioned is he in the region? You see, it shouldn't necessarily be the issue of the person coming from the Asante region. All right, it must be how popular is this person to the electorate. If it is just somebody from the Asante, you can bring somebody to the Asante region and nobody will even want to hear his or her name. So it shouldn't be just that. Because sometimes if that was going to be the case or is going to be the case, then it is better you even pick from outside that region. But what I'm saying is that if this individual is well placed within the Asante region, is popular, he has no questions around him, they should investigate this individual very well so that they shouldn't end up presenting only for people to raise questions. If they are clear and they know that he's popular within the Asante region, popularity here does not necessarily mean, it should be something you've been doing in the region that has made people to really know you and have trust and confidence in you. If that is the kind of person, it wouldn't be a bad idea to look at him and then the Nana J.
Now, everybody would agree that, listen, if NDC should get about 30% votes in the Asante region, they will win the 2024 elections. I mean, the last election, they got some 26%. But point is this. You talk about popularity. Now, we all know that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, at the time when he was brought on by, Nanado, was not that popular. But he was able to endear himself to many Ghanaians. I mean, his communications, the questions he posed to JDM, the many things he did, even when they went to the election petition and how he performed. He was not that popular, was he? But he was able to endear himself such that, well, he was able to make an impact, and now people, feel that he's good, to the extent that he's gotten 61.43% over the weekend, a massive endorsement. It's never happened in the MPP before. Can the same person come, not being popular, but can communicate very well and sound very convincing, and then help the party?
David, if you remember, along the line I told you, political party campaign is not an individual issue.
Yes,
I told you it's a party issue. All right. So how is the party organizing? It is the party that will give the platform to this individual. Remember when His Excellency the late President Mills, when he was also brought on, the same thing. How he's a kind of a slow-speaking, very calm person, yeah. But you saw how later he became. So it's a matter of coaching and creating the necessary platform for the individual. So to me, if you do a thorough background check, and you see that the person has what it takes, the rest is how, as a party, you organize this individual and project this individual.
Does timing play a role in the choice? I mean, because we all know JDM, got a nod quite some time now, but we haven't heard anything. Does timing of the choice come to play, or it doesn't matter as and when you appoint? You see,
if the person you are bringing on board has already made, if you like, let me call it name for him or herself. Time is not of any significance. All right, but if it's somebody that you know that is really going to take time for you to market this person to the electorate, then that is where you talk of time. But if it's an individual that is already in the limelight, that is already known, and then time is not an issue. Even if the person is not that known, and you can organize as a party well and package this individual well, David, you can really sell this individual within a short time, and the electorate will accept it. Don't forget that it is the party first before the individual.
Yeah, party first before the individual.
Yeah.
And that's the voice of Dr. Dramani Aminu. He's a senior lecturer at KNUST with the History and Political Science Department. We're talking about the choice of a running mate, and a lot of things have already been said. What are your own thoughts? What are the qualities you think people should consider, parties should consider, before they give the nod to that individual to become a running mate for the parties? And you can send us your voice messages to our WhatsApp number 055 055-11-11995. It's 055-11-11995. Well, I asked my technical team to work on the voice for me because I've a chance on it. Yesterday, this is what I was asking earlier, Dr. Dramani, about what Dr. Bawumia said about having the best running mate in the world. But if the leader, the head, the president is not decisive and is incompetent, it comes to naught. Take a listen to Bawumia.
The best running mate in the world would not make a difference if the president is indecisive or incompetent. The best running mate in the world would not make a difference if the president is indecisive or incompetent.
All right, so that was Dr. Bawumia, who says what he just said. And that was a question I posed earlier. 03220-83596, 03220-83597, and 03220-83598. You can call us now. Our conversation this morning is centered on running mates, the choice. And what do you think parties should consider? If there are any suggestions you want to make to the parties, you can also decide to do so right here, right now. But give us a call. Let's do this together. Christophe, welcome. Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning, David. I hope you are fine, sir.
I am well. Good to have you, Christophe.
Yeah. David, very soon we are attending Nana Semenche's father's funeral. So somewhere in December. So we should take note. Nana Semenche, good morning. David, the issue of running mate is so crucial. But David, when you look at our constitution, there is no clear-cut duties for a running mate or for a vice president. They just wrote the vice president is to assist the president. There's no clear-cut policy. There's no clear-cut rules. And so, but in our area here, especially in Ghana, we look at dimensions. Tribal issues. What the fellow brings on board. Because now that Dr. Bawumia is from the north, they'll be yearning for an Akan running mate, which is true, because you can't take the party from the Akans. It's for them. It's very important. Now look at the NDC. Now that we have a running mate from the north, I think that they should drop Nana. I know it will be difficult for them. They should drop down and they pick somebody from the voter reading that the people can really associate. Because David, you see that in the previous leader that we had, the voters didn't vote. They said they will not even vote at all. Because they feel being marginalized or being neglected. And so with that. But I think that for NAPO to be paired with Bawumia, because NAPO is very temperamental.
Okay, so let's personalize things here this morning. Chris, thanks very much for joining us. 03220-83596, 03220-83597, 03220-83598. It's almost time for the choice of running mates for the two leading parties, NDC and NPP. What should they be considering? Do you have any name on your mind? Kofi, good morning and welcome.
Yeah, good morning, Brony. When people say, Akan. Who is Akan? We don't have any Akan in Ghana. We have Ashanti, Fanti, Kwawu, and the rest. And like the resource person in your studio said, if Don Mama decides to select an Ashanti as a running mate, it will not help. It will not help at all, because if you recall, when Dr. Dufour wanted to contest John Mahama, the stronghold of NDC, Volta region, the chairman said Dr. Dufour should first go and win the constituency parliamentary in his hometown before he decides to come and vie for president. And so this tells you that if an Asante is selected, it will create problems for NDC. And if Bawumia selects Napo, it will be fine, very, very fine. But for Clement Sabonsu, it will be a suicider. And Dave, the man in your studio said that we should not go back to the old campaigning, saying that I have built KJT, I have built that, I have built this. If we campaign on that, it will not help. I disagree. Everybody in Ghana knows that KJT Mahama City is beautiful, and we want more. We expected that Akufo-Addo will complete the central market, but he could not. And so, how can we forget this and then go ahead and do any other campaign? We should tell the people of us.
Here you go, feedback, Joneba. Thank you very much. Let's keep our contributions quite simple so we can have many people come through as well. Kwame S is on the line. Kwame, good morning.
How are you?
Kwame S, I'm fine.
David, I'm starting from where Kofi ended. Why should we be told that we shouldn't base on what has been done in the region to vote? David, a government who says that Ashanti region is a stronghold, which you all believe. You couldn't even finish the central market. Though right now Ashanti region has become the stronghold of the two big political parties. But in Ashanti region, we have to compare what each has done in their 8 years for the region. They will base on that to vote. And David, it's not about them choosing their running mates from Ashanti region. Yes, they have their candidates from the north. For me, I believe that the party wanted a flag bearer. They didn't need a president. And they are voting their flag bearer. He's going to be a flag bearer. He will not go another header apart from the flag bearer that has come. David. But as he said that, if a president is incompetent, the vice president is nothing. It's the same thing. If the flag bearer is incompetent, what did he say about the economy? He was not even strong in his own party. Machinations, people were forced to even hold him to vote for him. You all know whatever happened.
Well, bottom line, he's already gotten the nod. I don't know what you're talking about. Thanks very much, Kwame. Ken is also on the line. Ken, good morning. Welcome, sir.
David, in Ghana, there is nothing like good morning, because a country that you wake up and then you think about how to survive before the day breaks. We don't have a good morning in Ghana. David, back on point. You see, Professor said what I am thinking, which has to do with the fact that Kennedy can never be a running mate for a corrupt government. He can never. Because he wouldn't sit down for the ordinary suffering Ghanaian to suffer because of political selfishness, somebody's interest. It wouldn't happen like that. So, and then I'm not happy with the fact that instead of us talk about something better, we are giving, advice to people who are putting it to politicians or corrupt government or people who are putting us into this trouble. That people are dying because of dialysis. People are dying because we are not doing the right thing, so we can all be at peace. David,
that is why we need to be mindful who leads us. The choices are key, and we need to pay attention to the choices, and then we'll make the right choices as well. Because at the end of it all, you and I will be at the end of it, whether we're benefiting or we'll be suffering. Thanks very much, Ken. Our first in George. Welcome, George. Good morning.
Thank you, David. How are you?
I am well, George. Thanks for asking.
Thank you, David. If we are talking of competence, let me ask the Vice President. Is he and the President competent? Let's put that aside. Now we should forget about the old folks, the over 60 years people of ruling this nation. We need a vibrant and energetic young man like Okudjota Ablakwa, who is fearless, and Sam George to accompany John Dramani Mahama. They should forget about that old folks who at the end of the day, they cannot even think. Thank you, David.
Well, those are the thoughts of George there. Let's go to our WhatsApp console. Some messages have come through.
Yeah, again, good morning, Ghana. To choose a best vice president and also to back a president, the person should have demonstrate leadership presence and maturity. And another one is to have impeccable judgment and ability to make sound decision in a fast pace. A vice president must also have the ability to handle a high-level client interaction. And also, she also might have come from the strong base of that particular party. He should have, in Ghana here, we have the Christian majority. They hold about 75%. So the person must be of a Christian, because in the scenario of the NPP flag bearer, he's a Muslim and therefore must go for a Christian and from the strong base of the party.
I hear you. Let's share one more voice note. Let's share one more voice note.
The issue of running mates is very important for any party to win. I am thinking that MPP should pick on Mr. Ken to rally behind Bawumia, so that he can gather the grassroots. Then his anti-corruption nature too will help the country. We need someone who can bring development into the country, not just somebody that they can pay purposely for their own lifestyle, but somebody that can help the country. And I think NEC too, they are very good if they can pick a doctor who resigned, who completed Dr. Dufour, to help Mahama with his economic policies. Then Dr. Dufour can be matching Bawumia when it comes to policies.
Well, it's for the parties to decide, huh? And I'm sure that sooner than later, some announcements will be made. But before you leave us, Dr. Dramani Aminu, this question just popped into mind. Now, the NDC, the MPP, they are the key contenders, whether we like it or not. They are the key contenders for the 2024 elections. Question is, do they care about the choice of a running mate for the opposing side, for their opponents?
Yes, David, they do. They must.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you don't get it right and your opponent gets it right, it works against you. So it's very important they care about who, which year was it that each side was delaying to see who
the other will
be. That tells you that they really care about who the other chooses. So yes, it plays a role in their decision in terms of who becomes the running mate. Okay. But Dave, a quick one. Yeah. I said that NDC, maybe listeners did not understand me well. I said it is a party in opposition and must therefore need to develop new strategies. We've done this, we've said it, they've said it several times. People have heard it. What other thing are you bringing along to convince them that you are the best?
And they said it in 2020. Yeah. And if it should have worked, it would have worked for them. Dr. Dramani Aminu, thank you very much. He's a senior lecturer with the Department of History and Political Science, Kenya University. In the coming days, you'll be hearing more of him, alongside Dr. Ali, Professor Jemfi, and all the great political scientists on campus at Kenya University. Thanks very much, sir, for your time. Well, we've got some messages coming up your way. But later when we join us feed on Joy 99.7, the conversation is going to be on cutting down on expenditure rather than introducing new taxes or even increasing taxes. All right, so thank you very much for your time today. And that conversation on the Super Morning Show will be coming up your way shortly. So I'm told that somebody's celebrating a birthday. The person is called, all the UBA KNUST branch wish her happy birthday. And the name is it Cynthia Minifi? It's from UBA KNUST staff, from the managers, cash officer, customer service officers, and tellers, the elder star boy, and Kay. securities to their beloved sister Cynthia Judith Mainfey, popularly called Ajua C. So Ajua C, happy birthday to you. God will bless you and enjoy the rest of the day. And if you don't mind, the boys here, they like enjoying like Leo Stanley. You bring them something like some pizza.
I wake up in the morning, it's a new day, and I got bills that I have to pay. Now you're running late, running out of time. Feels like the world is waiting in line. All you gotta do is pick up the phone and just dial.
So whatever you do, whoever you are, there is an easy way for everyone. The simple life is just one touch away. Experience the magic starting today.
And it all begins with
You see, I don't need to write or cash a check. I don't need data or internet. I have something that's faster than a jet. Just like
what they're talking about. You could be a palm wine tapper, a teacher, a rapper, a schoolboy, a school girl, or a trader, a bank MD, a chairman, or a baker.
Guaranteed Trust Bank. Wouldn't you rather bank with us?
So many problems on my mind, all of my life.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Last night was a foreplay, so they carry my matter and put them for suitcase. But sometimes I want to come true. Favorite song, Alexa confused. 1, 2, I back on my shoe. People know they care what the hell you been through. I love my space, so I don't send you, make you help me choose my fate. Make you know they come, they do keep face, so what? So if they come like a vampire, we go pull up with the whole fire. They go do, they go run tire. They like a black panther. So if they come like
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
With the prison, my world was so jolly. Tarado, Obidiema. I'm coming alone, in a bush show me. Makamasa, my children, who put my mignobia, Montero. Passemi, coming alone, in a bush show me. Mapamunyu, my children, who put my mignobia, Montero. I do good like that. Irade nyawa, waya ya mantasi nyawanka. Aushade nyawa, shoinu bakwe nyawanka. Nyawanka, adula nyawanka.
Africa now coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
If you say you, Gina, son, no, 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 children, okay. I feel you, try, Gino, son, no,
always the best.
Over them all. If they want on to liar, I be David for life. Oluwade my side. Over them all. Over them all. Over them all. Over them.
All right, well, it's 8:34 on the Super Morning Show, and today our conversation is directly connected to our pockets. All right, when government can't afford things, they come into our nest eggs and our savings and come and give us haircuts just so that they can keep paying their bills. But what bills are they paying? According to ISE, it's expenditure that is our problem. Government is not spending on the right things. Government needs to cut down on their spending. Meanwhile, we are about to go into an election year. The budget to be read next week. And do you think this government is going to break the 8 without spending? It's a lie. But we need to have these conversations before that budget is read, so that there is really no excuse for profligate expenditure. All right, we need to rationalize how we spend our money. All right, so that we can survive this coming year. Otherwise, Charlie. And meanwhile, we are in an IMF program. So to be fair, we should be having a big brother with a big stick hovering over us. Is that the case? Will they help us cut down expenditure? What should government be prioritizing anyway? What should they be cutting? Well, this conversation is as old as time, and there are big brains in this country who have contributed meaningfully to that discussion, and we have them here today to help us figure out how we will make it through 2024 without completely collapsing as a nation, as an economy. Professor Peter Quartey is the director of ISE, the Institute of Statistical, Social and Economic Research. They are the ones who put out this report, The State of the Ghanaian Economy 2022 up to Q3 of 2023. And Ken Thompson is Chief Executive Officer of Daylex Finance. He's a thought leader. He's a business and economic matters he's a thought leader in business and economic matters. He's a fellow of the Institute of Chartered Accountants in England and Wales, and he's our guest today on the show. Senyo Hossi needs no introduction whatsoever, and you will recall that as part of a committee, they gave advice to government on how to cut expenditure so they don't come and give us haircuts. You remember that? Mm-hmm. Yes, there were about 17 points or so that he made. Yes, today he joins us because this conversation is about exactly that, cutting expenditure. Stay with us. It starts in just a moment.
Now, it's November sales at Furniture City. Yes, Black Friday came early at Furniture City. Crazy deals await you at Furniture City. Pick any item and enjoy from 25 to up to 40% discount on selected items. Items ranging from furniture, dining set, sofas, decor set, carpets, curtains, and more. Yes, it's a crazy deal this November only at Furniture City, your home of quality furniture and the largest furniture shop in Ghana. So hurry, rush now to Furniture City for all kinds of furniture and enjoy from 25 up to 40% discount on selected items. Find Furniture City at number 77 Spintex Road, just 200 meters from the Flower Pot Runabout on the Spintex Road and opposite City Ceramica. Log on to their Facebook page, which is Furniture City Ghana, and visit their website, FurnitureCityGhana.com. Call their sales department on these numbers, 0244 213 333 or 0540 314 948. Furniture City, your home of quality furniture.
All right, now Africa World Airlines, your CIMG Domestic Airline of the Year and Hall of Famer for the 5th consecutive year, just launched their brand new mobile app. It's now super easy to book your flights, to make payments, and to check your flight status, all on your iOS or Android device. Thank you for choosing Africa World Airlines for all of your travel needs. Africa World Airlines, touching Africa, touching the world.
Now, experience the excellence and global recognition of a British education, Mama V, combined with convenience and affordability at Lancaster University, Ghana. Expand your horizons and elevate your career prospects with a British degree delivered right to your doorstep. Apply now and embark on a transformative educational journey that will shape your future. Admissions are currently open for our January 2024 intake. For more information, kindly visit lancaster.edu.gh. You can also contact us via email at admissions@lancaster.edu.gh. lasco.edu.gh or call us at +233 0302 218 989 or +233 020 960 7008. Lancaster University, Ghana, the only British university campus in West Africa.
That's right.
For the avoidance of doubt, West Africa.
That's my next level. So, every life is unique and every life is precious and everyone deserves to live their best life. ABSA understands this. That's why ABSA is offering a life insurance policy that gives you more. With an unlimited life protection plan from ABSA, you enjoy no age limit to sign on, a 100% premium refund at the end of the term, also a life swap option, which allows you to transfer your benefits to a relative who is not insured on the policy, and 2 months premium holiday, and so much more. You deserve more from your protection, so sign up for the unlimited life protection plan by ABSA today.
All right.